Hey, everybody. This is the Coon Prairie Ramblers.
Again.
Wait a minute. Let me say that again. This is the Coon Prairie Ramblers.
Very good
It's a good thing I can
enunciation.
say my R's good.
You have to roll the R's.
Yeah.
Ruffles have ridges.
You sounded like you was speaking... No, that sounded like... That was Scottish. You were doing Scottish right there.
I was.
Hey,
Gaelic.
Ain't nothing Gaelic about me, trust me.
Oh.
Speak for your
Anyway,
own self.
you know what? It's the 4th edition here.
The 4th edition,
Yeah.
the 4th
What does that
segment
mean?
of the
That
day.
means it's F-bombed.
That
A-bomb.
means it's bombs away. All right, chillins, run and hide, because here she comes.
Oh, no. Lord help me. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I think my part of the bomb ran out of gas.
You bombed out.
Before it hit the ground.
Mercy. Mel, you had a good what if, and what was that what if,
Well, the
brother?
what if is, now, no offense to God. God made the human body, and he did a great job. And
He truly
on one
did.
of those days, he sat back and said, and that was good.
That's
But
right.
just for fun, there's been times I've wondered why the human brain is where it is. So if the what if is, if you could redesign the human body, everybody's human body, and we'd all be the same. Not the same.
You got male and female,
How would
of
you
course.
redesign the body? What would you do different
If
in
you could do anything.
in the redesigning? And my thing was, and this is, I've always wondered why we carry our brain at the top of our head. Because when you say something stupid, what's the first thing somebody does to you? They smack you
upside the head. Try to knock some sense into you.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a bad place for the brain. Hey, when you're boxing, I don't box. I stay away from that.
Yeah.
They're throwing their fist at your brain.
That's your brain. That's
that
right.
don't make any sense.
That's where you knock people out.
Yeah. And sometimes they don't come back.
Well, where
So
else would
what
you
would
put
you
it?
do? What
Would you
would you do?
sit on your brain or what?
I
Where
would
you
put it right where your liver, right next to your liver. Your liver is in the safest place.
Then you'd be thinking about liver all the time.
No, or maybe up in a little bit further up into the cavity where you got the ribs wrapped around it. And
protect
kind
it.
of next, and you could hear the lungs, the lungs could kind of massage your brain when
Would
you're
have
breathing.
would have to
weird.
change a lot of expressions about like use your head for something besides a hat rack.
Yeah.
That's
Would
right.
have to use your belly for something other than a place to store food.
There
Yeah.
you go. What would you put in your head then? Move your heart up there or
That's a
what?
good question. Maybe your bladder.
I think it ought to be like a compartment you can open up and you can
'Cause
put
see,
stuff in there and lock it. Like
the water tank,
Put,
you know,
turn
in
your
the old
wallet
days-
in there or
And
something.
then it kind of flows down.
The water tanks are always up high on the building. That's big, so you
Okay.
have gravity to pull. So you wouldn't be not incontinent. I mean, some people have a prostate problem where they can't pee.
They're incontinent.
Yeah.
No, that's not incontinence. You can't do it, right?
You can't control it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That would fix that because it would have all that distance it could flow down.
It's like a water storage tank, like they used to feed the trains with when they'd come through.
Yeah. No, don't you think it's a good place? Put the brain in a very safe place. Right
No,
next to
the
heart,
problem
right
is this is a hard structure.
Yeah.
It's covered with bone.
What is the first-
And it has a liquid that supports it. You are in a soft belly. Your belly is your most vulnerable place.
But it can swoosh back.
But if you put it inside the rib cage,
If
it's
somebody
got no
stuck
protection.
you with a knife right
But
into
when
your
someone
brain,
hits you up inside, and on these westerns, when the guys get hit in the back of the head with a pistol, pow.
Knocks them
what,
out.
what about when somebody walks up behind you and kidney punches you? It's not,
It punched in the
then your
brain.
brain can kind of swoosh away. Whoosh, whoosh. I don't know. So you don't like that?
no.
That's different.
I
Where would
nixed
you
it.
put it?
What
wouldn't.
would you do different?
I leave it right where it's at.
Okay.
What would you
do?
change?
I would change vision
Vision.
to where our eyes were further to the side of our head.
Further to the side, kind of like a lizard or something.
Or like a
frog.
horse,
Like a chicken.
where you can almost see behind you.
You have real good peripheral vision.
Yeah, I mean, I could sit there and I could see Jack back.
Yeah. What about like a chicken? Well, actually, it's Eric back here.
You'd
Or
have to have some
or like an owl, like where I could.
No.
turn your head around. You have to have some real wide
That's
sunglasses if
good.
you're going to be able to.
And you have these real big eyes. Make the eyes much bigger.
I could see in the dark.
My,
yeah.
what big eyes you have.
Okay. How about you, Luke?
I think we ought to have like 4 arms.
Yeah.
Of course, it'd be a booger getting shirts from today. You'd have to modify all the
Yeah.
shirts. But if you had 4 arms, you could be busy doing a lot of stuff. You got in a fight, boy, you could tear somebody up. Of course, they'd be tearing you up too. But with 2 arms, you get tired doing the push-ups, and the other 2 could jump in there.
Or you
and
can
relieve
use
you.
all 4.
Yeah.
That's right. It'd be some interesting to watch wrestling matches.
You
4
could
arms wrestling each other.
You could push your way through a crowd better.
You could imagine how fast you could swim.
Yeah.
You'd be a maniac out there.
Oh, you could just buzz right on. Bzzz.
Of course, you got twice as many
But
fingernails you got
would
to
they be
trim.
like directly below where you got yours now, or would they be
Yeah.
like farther down towards the hips?
Maybe halfway between the armpit and your hip. You could kind of like a cockroach, I guess. You
Now,
have
the
like having
problem
6
with
legs.
that is that your shirts would cost more material.
Yeah, they would.
Especially if you wore long sleeve shirts.
But ain't you wish you ever had a third hand sometime? Because you're trying to work and do something or other, and
Yeah.
you can't hold it. You got to
And
have
you're
a
carrying
vice or
something,
something.
and some smart aleck guy says,
And-
"You got a match?" He says, "Sure, right here."
That's right.
And looking back in retrospect, when we spoke about getting mad at inanimate objects, it probably wouldn't be as bad when you had 4 hands.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Of course, you'd have to have 2 pairs of gloves every time you went out in the cold or was
Yeah,
working.
it would be.
Hey,
can you
it would
imagine?
be not cost efficient to
The
have all.
sound at a concert.
Clapping. Oh wow, that would double up everything.
Oh yeah, guitar. How many could you play? 2
You
guitars.
play 2 guitars. You could accompany yourself.
Play a
Yeah.
bass and a lead acoustic or a
That and
rhythm, or
2 arms be playing the
You could
drum
play-
down here,
yeah.
and the other one be
you
playing the
could play
guitar
rhythm and lead.
at the same time. You'd be bad to the bone.
Man,
Of course, you have to put extra pockets in your pants. You can walk around with your hands in your pockets. You have to double up on that.
yeah. And you could hug 2 women at the same time.
That'll probably get you hurt.
No, there's a song about that.
No.
Try
It's hard to hug
2
2 women. It's like a ball and chain.
That's right.
Trying to hug 2 women is like a ball and chain.
I tell you what, you'd be the terror of the buffet.
Oh,
Imagine
yeah.
feeding. I couldn't eat fast enough because I'd be
Yeah.
feeding myself with 4 hands.
Yeah.
and you could be eating and then rearranging other things for your next bite.
Yeah, you could be holding a book with 2 hands or 1 hand while your other hands are doing something else.
Buffet wise, then you would want to, when you design the body, you would want to have a bigger stomach. Because we don't
You
have
need
that.
it.
Well,
If
you
you
can
have 4 arms.
stretch that.
Yeah.
I have
As
not
I-
done that many times.
As I have illustrated it.
I am living proof.
That can be fixed.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you rather have 4 arms or 4 legs?
4 arms, I think. For
Well,
all
one
those
thing
reasons,
about it,
all
if you
the
did
above
have
reasons.
4 legs, though, you would be fast.
I heard that. You could run on 2 and then run on
But
2
the
more.
thing is, a 2-legged man
They could trip you
can
a lot easier.
outrun, eventually distance most animals, right?
But it's not because he has 2 legs.
Well, it's because of what?
Your sweating and your lung capacity and
All that.
a lot of different things.
I thought
come
it had
into
to
play.
do with because you had 2 legs. Because you had less resistance on the ground. Two.
Well, you have to buy a lot of shoes, too.
If you had 4 legs,
Would you buy 2
when
pairs
you
exactly
ran,
alike?
You would be going.
No, I heard different.
That's how you'd be running.
You'd be loping, galloping.
Yeah, you'd have, and people would hear you coming because you had 4 feet. Oh well.
You have to make chairs a little bit wider to sit
Yeah.
in, I would
And,
think.
you know, the expression, he looks like he has 2 left legs.
Yeah.
That's
he looks
right.
like he's got 4 left
Yeah.
legs.
Actually, they would have to make chairs totally different.
And what about dancing?
You would straddle a chair
Ooh,
and just
watch out. You'd be a...
Mm-hmm.
Well, just think if you're doing karate, you had 4 legs to kick somebody with.
Oh yeah.
Be like a windmill coming at them.
You'd be like, in these movies, you know how they're kicking people? You'd be kicking people all directions, in front of you, behind
I heard
you.
that. You stand on 1 leg, kick them with the other 3.
Wow.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Okay. Now you wouldn't want to have 2 heads, would you?
No.
I think we talked about that one time. No, you could buy twice as many heads. You could sing harmony
Yeah.
with yourself
Yeah.
now.
But you could
Argue with
you-
yourself?
If you had the wrong head on there, you got
Harmony.
matched up with the wrong head. You might have arguments all the time.
Yeah, you have to shave twice as much
Yeah.
or have
I
one
don't
have a
shave.
beard.
I never shave, so.
Yeah. Then
You could say, look, and the other head would look around and do what?
if the other guy,
Quit doing
if
that.
the other head shaved, you'd be giving them raspberries all the
Yeah.
time.
And you can have 2 different hairstyles.
2 different hairstyles. You can stick your tongue in your own ear,
One head could be
whisper in each
bald.
other's ears.
One head could be bald and be jealous of the other head.
You have to get like a double hoodie.
Are you jealous of people with hair?
Sometimes.
I've seen people. I'm not bald. I got very thin hair on top, but I've seen a lot of guys' hairstyles I wish I had. I wish I had hair like them. Or
what I call a pretty boy hairdo.
Well, not pretty boy. I wouldn't want that, but like our friend Howard Melton, who died last year or whatever, he had a shock of white hair,
luxurious,
a full head, and it was
luxurious
just to the end. And he lived up way into his 80s. He just had a really full head of hair.
You know these
never received.
You know these guys that you see that never have a hair out of place, and it's just
and there's no spray on it either.
No,
you can
it's
tell.
just how do they do that?
It laid perfect.
Is that natural?
That was
his
Glenn
son
Campbell.
Dale has got the same hair.
Glenn Campbell had hair like that.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy.
But
Perfect
I think
hair.
his is sprayed.
I'd have a head of hair like Jerry Lee Lewis had in the beginning.
That curly hair flopping all
He
around.
just flop it all around.
They're like noodles flopping
whip
on
it.
top of his head.
Yeah.
You know what I like?
You know what I like.
Chantilly.
Have mercy. What else would you change? You want like an eyeball in the back of your head so you can keep an eye on people?
You know, it wouldn't hurt.
But you'd have to,
Well, it would hurt if you got.
Yeah, I was
you'd
going
have
to
to
say.
cut a hole in your hair, dude, every time with the hair grow down over your eyes.
Yeah. You'd have to, Luke. You'd have to move your ponytail to one side or the other, or else
Right.
have the eyeball above your ponytail.
That wouldn't work too well, would it? I don't know. What else would you change? If you had 4 arms, you got to double up on your deodorant too. You got 4 armpits.
yeah.
And if you're a woman, you got to shave 4
See,
armpits.
and it would be very. It's the
Woman
it's
got to
gonna be
shave
very
4
costly.
legs.
Hey, if you ever get
What
the
would it be?
idea in your head that you want to shave your armpits, don't do
Don't.
it. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
I
Take it from a man that knows.
Yeah, what do you do about those
What in the world?
skin tags under there? How do you get around?
I
the
don't
skin
have
tag?
any.
And you talked yourself into shaving your armpits one time?
Well, I was sitting there putting on deodorant, and I was thinking how it gets all sometimes.
If you use the roll on, it gets
you get
all
like
lumpy and clumped.
dingleberries
on
and
the-
clumped up and
Yeah.
all. And I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I just shave this off? I mean, it's not a fashion
Nobody's going
statement.
to see it.
Yeah.
Nobody- yeah. And I did it. And it burned.
Yeah.
Burn.
And when it started growing back in, it
Was it itchy?
Itchy. And I thought,
I don't think girls.
5 o'clock shadow under your arm there? for a
I don't
while?
think girls need to shave their armpits.
I grew it back out.
You think they should?
No, they don't.
What?
Yeah, it's not natural.
Let's ask Erica.
They don't have to shave their legs. I got.
Never mind. We better get off this subject because we're about out of time to begin with. But it's been a pretty good subject right here. We're down to 30 seconds.
Maybe we'll talk about manscaping.
Manscaping. Yeah, I think we've all done some of that. But we'll come back to that maybe next time. But right now, we got to get on out of here. What's the frequency, Kenneth?
1480 AM on your radio dial. News Radio, WFLN Arcadia's news and information station.
Bye-bye.